All right, change is coming. Social Security, some big ones, as a matter of fact, some of the biggest ones in quite a while. So let's see where we can start. So, about a week or two ago, the government came out and said that they are making the following big changes. A lot of other little ones worth reading about, but here are the big ones. For starters, I'll hit you straight out of the gate is the cost of living, the COLA rider. So what amount that your benefit will go up from last year to this year is going up 5.9%. That's a whopping 5.9%. If you're collecting whatever you were collecting last year, multiply that by 1.059, and you will get what your new monthly payment will be. That's the largest increase in about 40 years. Of course, what this naturally means is cost of goods are going up, supply chain issues, gas pump issues, but that affects everyone a little differently. The good news is that there is some big changes coming for what you're collecting. Next big change for those not retired and collecting, the benefit is going. So the benefit you're taxed on for FICA last year was $142,800. So for those making over that, you notice some point during the year your paycheck went up once you hit that threshold. Nice little surprise raise, if you will. Next year, no surprise, is going up from 142,800 to 148,000. So once you make over that threshold is when you will no longer pay the Social Security portion of your pay. Next, FRA, full retirement age. That is going up for a certain demographic. So for those born 1960 or later, your new FRA, full retirement age benefit, so the amount that you're collecting your 100% Social Security benefit, will be 67 on the dot. Ho hum, right? It's a couple months, not the biggest of deals, but it is noteworthy and certainly more noteworthy what will happen in the future for those younger. Last big change that I'm actually, again, I'm a geek, especially when it comes to finances, but the last big thing that I'm pretty excited about, because I love checking out, is big sweeping changes coming to the Social Security statement. So we used to get that ugly thing in the mail. Basically, if you're under 60, you don't get it. You can create a login online, ssa.gov, and go check it out. But in the past, we all remember seeing your 62 age, what you can collect, which is the earliest you can collect, your full retirement age, depending on where you were born, somewhere between 66, 67, and then age 70. It shows you those three benefits, a couple other little nuances in there. Moving forward, what's going to happen is they're going to show you every year. So instead of just three, in theory, arbitrary ages, they're going to show you 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 7, 8, 9, and 70. So you're going to see the difference between what year you want to collect, which is helpful. I mean, we have software that helps us, but for the average individual, it's super helpful to just get a quick glimpse. They're also going to give you a lot more detail, how the benefits are collected, what amount your if you get disabled or die, your family will be entitled to, and your kids. So they're really beefing up the statement to give more information, I guess, also to help with hold times when you call in. Okay, those are some of the big changes. One other thing worth noting is in August, the Social Security Trust Fund said, hey, bad news, we're going to run out of funds in a year earlier, 2033. So, yikes, what does that mean? What does that mean for all of us? I get the question all the time when we run models. Social Security, ha ha ha, will that even be here for us? The reality is it'll be here. Over about 50% or over of our country lives on it as the sole means of retirement income. We don't save as a country, sadly. And in doing so, they simply can't get rid of it. It's political suicide. It's the end if any politician were to touch the sort of holy grail of Social Security. So what are they likely to do? So first of all, misnomer, the fund will run out. Basically, we have more baby boomers retiring. We have less people being born in our country, actually slightly decreasing. And so what this means is not that the fund will be depleted, but that though if that were to happen, which I don't presume it will, the the government will lower your payment about 20%. So that would get estimated benefits right. Now, that is a pretty doomsday scenario, quite frankly, but I think that is the extreme of extremes. Okay, so what is more likely to happen? And ironically, this was my very first blog 5 freaking years ago. I can't believe it. So, what's more likely to happen is sort of what you're seeing slowly play out is they may adjust cost of living adjustments, not to be as beneficial. They may and very likely will make it for people my age or people under 60 or 50, probably they'll start to target them, meaning you could tax more of their income, more than 148,000, more money coming into the fund. You could simply delay, move back FRA, full retirement age, and or the first year I could collect. So instead of 62, which is ludicrous, quite frankly, because it hasn't changed since Roosevelt, virtually when he instituted this thing, is what they can do is say, hey, Andrew, and all your constituents, 63, 64 is the earliest you can retire. They get out ahead of this sooner than later. You'll have more money going into the system. You'll have less money coming out. Simple math. Most people collect at 62, despite it not always being in their best interest. So I think there's a lot of tools in the government's tool belt, one of which will almost certainly, I can't imagine any scenario, be that they'll let this holy grail, this untouchable of untouchable Social Security actually be depleted and actually not do something smart and intuitive and the logical ending, which is just adjusted. People are living longer and Social Security has really lagged in staying in touch with changes. So there you have it. Big changes coming to Social Security. Share it with anyone you know. Read below. And as always, I'm Andrew Rosen, President of Diversified. Stay wealthy, stay healthy, stay happy.